Masai, Steve Buffery from the Toronto Sun. How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, you were going on about how great a place Toronto is and how happy you're back and that kind of thing. One of the problems with the Raptors over the years has been keeping players, attracting free agents, that kind of thing. There's always been the question that, do the top free agents want to play here? Given what you think of the city and everything else, can Toronto be a destination for players to want to play here, top-level players and players to want to stay?
I have no doubt. I think you have to create that culture. We have to create that atmosphere here where players want to be here. And that starts with the team. It starts with the culture. I don't believe in all this stuff they say in the NBA. I don't want to mention Denver and talk about Denver, but when we got Andre there, everybody was saying we can't get players like that. So when you bring players and you create an atmosphere where there's a great philosophy, there's great culture, there's a great style of play, you have a good coach, I think all the other stuff is in place. It's an unbelievable city, unbelievable people. What else do you need? What do people complain about here? Yeah, I'm not even going to go into it. Immigration, taxes, all that stuff. Well, if you want to complain about every city, they have tons of bad things to say or tons of good things to say. So I don't pay attention to all of that. For us, we have to create a basketball environment, and that's my job, to create a basketball environment here to attract basketball players. And the other thing I want to say is one of my philosophies too is to grow young kids here. And when you grow young kids, I think Canada is in a great place with great young players coming up. I talk to Jay Triano all the time, and he's coaching Canada now with the youth teams and all the young players coming up. I can't mention names now, but it's in a good place. This is a good place for basketball here, and we have to build on it. We really have to build on it. So one of my philosophies is to develop young talent, and maybe the back of our roster has to be young guys that grow, that we continue to develop and get better, and the opportunity will come.
Masai, welcome. Josh Lewenberg, TSN Radio. When you look at this roster as it's currently constructed, do you see a player that's unmovable, a player that's worth building around?
I think we'll analyze all of that, and we'll figure out. The way a general manager looks at it is you love every player and you hate every player. That's the way we look at it. And for me, coming into Toronto right now, I have to love every player. For me, if you play in the NBA, there must be something you are doing well, and there has to be something that you are good at. That's why you are in the NBA. I'm not here to knock anybody's player. I feel if you make the NBA, there's a reason why you're in the NBA.
Masai, Paul Jones, Sportsnet 590. Welcome back to Toronto.
Thank you.
You talked about young players and how important they are. Can you talk about some of the other things philosophically that you look for in a player, particularly in a market like Toronto where you may not have, people may not look at a cornerstone or a franchise-type player like a LeBron James or somebody like that that's not in this market?
I think coming from the philosophy we had, and I'm not saying that has to work here, it will work here. We are going to, once I build my staff and I talk to coach, we'll figure out what the philosophy and what the direction of the organization is going to be. We do have to create an identity with the team, and you say, hey, what do you do well? What is it that when teams come here, they know they are going to be punished for? What is it that makes your team great? What does it make your team? Why does your team compete for a championship and create a winning environment? that's something I'm going to talk about with the staff, and we'll build from there.